So I'm back, and today, Rant of the Week. But first, sorry about the delay in videos. It's probably going to start being more delays in videos just because of the fact that I don't have anything to review at the moment. I will be doing the top 10 Transformers, or top 10 Transformer episodes from Generation 1 in the next day or so, and then Beast Wars. Beast War review, and then top 10 Beast War videos, and then Beast Machines and top 10 Beast Machine videos. So we'll be doing that. But first, the reason for the delay is my sister just had a baby. I was actually planning on doing a video review of the baby once it came out, but they asked me not to do that, so I have to respect their wishes. But this is Jack. He's my new nephew. Sorry about that window glare there, but that is the new baby. That's what I've been trying to help out with for the last couple days. So very happy, very happy. I have a nephew. I have two nieces. I'm sure those pictures of them off before on the wall. I have two nieces. Now I have a nephew, and hopefully I can get him. My goal is the first words that he says is Decepticons forever. I doubt it's going to happen, but that's my goal. I tried with the nieces and got close, but that's my... Anyway, Rant of the Week. Now we got the good stuff out of the way. Rant of the Week is going to be about delays and cancellations. Two things that really irked me in the past, but even more so recently. And those, let's start with there's sometimes there's the delays that are necessary. Sometimes, a great example is the Ultra Magnus and Bumblebee Masterpiece and Wheeljack. Hasbro was like, hey, these things aren't coming out when you guys are saying they are because we haven't announced these yet. So it's kind of a delay, but it's a forgivable one. A lot of times, you'll get the delays happen more with third-party figures. And you'll get somebody say, oh yeah, there's a delay in these figures, and if it's a month or so, it's like, okay. But I feel really bad for those people that have put all their eggs in the Mastermind Creations Predaking basket, because they announced those September 2012, and they were all supposed to be out 2013. Then it got pushed around a little bit, and most of them were supposed to be out by the end of 2013. And the last were first quarter of 2014, and now they're saying that Tigress is not going to be released until 2014, August of this year. So I mean, that. I feel really bad for those guys. Warlord, the Razor Claw, was delayed about 2 months, but that's not nearly as bad as a year. That's pretty significant. The original release date for Dive Bomb for Mastermind Creations was April, I believe, of last year. And it's like, wow, that's some major delays. Fans Project's notorious with that. With the repaint of Munitioner Explorer. They were supposed to be released, I think, December 2012, and they finally came out, I think it was late March, early April. So it's 4 months for a repaint. That's a pretty extensive delay there too. I don't understand that delay at all. But sometimes, yes, it has to happen. Sometimes there's some sort of flaw in the figure and they want to fix it, and that's great. But when we're talking 6-7 months to over a year of delays, for something that they said was supposed to be out, you know, a year earlier. That's pretty almost unforgivable in my book. So that's that irritates me. I was really looking forward to being able to pull up YouTube and see multiple different reviews of the Mastermind Creations guys. But so far, for the most part, the only one we see is Piog, because he got the figures early released, like the test shots and stuff, and that's great. We can actually see what we're buying, but you can't really judge it by one person's opinion, and that's why I have like multiple different reviewers in my subscription box, so that I can see the same figure a dozen times and see how everyone else says, oh, this thing is good, this thing's bad, this thing's crap, this thing's amazing. I like to watch that, and it's just unfortunate that he's the only one that's got him, and I'm not insulting him in any way, shape, or form, so don't start ragging on me for that. He's a great reviewer. I actually watch his videos all the time, but yeah, so the delays, it's irritating. I ordered the KFC cassettes for Overkill and Slugfest, whatever their names are. But I ordered those in October when they're supposed to be released in October, and it's like I've got the the Doctor Wu faceplate for Protector in that order. I've got iGear's Beachcomber in that order, and it's just been sitting there waiting for them to finally release it. It irritates me even more when I see them releasing other figures that previously haven't even been teased, and it's like, okay, so you're able to make brand new figures, but you can't release the ones that you've promised and people have pre-ordered. Let's see. So it's been almost 6 months since I ordered that, and still really no word on those. And I'm tempted to email TF Source and see if they can change that to something else, but I've actually done that a few times lately, so I kind of don't want to push my luck and get banned, because they do say, like, in one of the disclaimers, that if you cancel too many orders, that you'll they can ban you from the site, and that's understandable. I mean, if you order something, you best be paying for it. They order the number of figures from the manufacturers based on how many people pre-order. So that, anyway, so the delays. Sometimes, like I said, it's like, oh, okay, so he's delayed a month, but we get something even better. Mastermind Creations Hexatron. He's staring at me right now, and he knows I'm just going to mention him. He was delayed a lot, but the figure's amazing, so it's almost worth it. Wish it would have come out a little bit earlier, but it's still great. And then Make Toys Fallen. He was delayed like 8 months or something like that, and you get him, and it's like, I felt he was very underwhelming for waiting that long for the thing, and it's like, and they still have some of their battle armors on pre-order, and it's like, there's no sign of these guys coming out at any time. It's kind of crap. I hate it. It's like, if you're gonna release some figures and you think there could potentially be some delays, make the release, instead of thinking, oh, it's gonna be out in April, let's say the release date's June then, and then everyone's gonna be like, okay, we're expecting June, and then if it comes out in April, everyone's happy because it comes out 2 months early. I believe this guy came out a few weeks early. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he did. The Perfect Effects Warden, he was out early. Nobody quite expected him to come out when he did, and yeah, stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's awesome. I would prefer to think that it's coming out later and then get it early than wait 6 extra months and still be sitting here like, where are my fucking cassettes? And then there's cancellations. Now, I understand when company like Ecoformers, that's a good one. They had the they were planning on making the Ruination kit, upgrade kit, like they did with the Bruticus kit, and that was great. You know, it looked good. I wasn't gonna buy it, and unfortunately, it sounded like a lot of people didn't want to buy it, and X-Transbots didn't want to make a risk on that set if not enough people were gonna buy it. So it's like, I understand. So they had to cancel the whole project, and it's like, it sucks, but I understand where they're coming from. You know, they have a bottom line. What irritates me more is Hasbro when this happens. It's like Hasbro doesn't do the delays as often, but they do the cancellations left and right. Like the whole final wave of Dark of the Moon figures was canceled. They made the figures, they had them packaged, they're ready to ship, and then they cancel them. And then it's like, what happened to them? You know, did they resell them somewhere else? Did they recycle them? You know, is part of my Platinum Bruticus here, is part of him like a wind charger? You know, stuff like that. The whole first edition Transformers Prime thing, that was ridiculous. I mean, you know, they released it everywhere, but then last minute they canceled it for America. I don't understand why they do stuff like that. I mean, I get, you know, it's like, okay, Walmart doesn't want to carry this. Well, put it on the Hasbro Toy Shop. People will still buy it. But instead they just cancel it, and it's gone. You know, Lugnut was released in a few discount stores, but never in Walmarts, and that was it. That's all you got. If you get them, great. You get them for like $12. But if you don't, you have to pay aftermarket prices. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like, I understand if Walmart doesn't want to carry it, but I'm sure Toys R Us will. I'm sure Target will. You know, maybe Target won't. Maybe Toys R Us won't. But there's ways to get them out there. And I don't understand why they would cancel it like that. And it really irritates me. Wind Charger was hard to find. I never got Rumble and Frenzy. I was really looking forward to those. I probably would not have a Masterpiece Rumble and Frenzy right now if I had those two tanks, but I'm not spending $80 for two Scout figures. I won't, when they should have been released for what, 6, 7. I can't justify that. And now that I have those guys, they're so much better. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just, they cancel these figures right when you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I mean, I still haven't seen Whirl pop up yet. I'm really hoping he didn't get canceled. I was looking forward to the upscaled Transformers Prime, the Terracons. I was really looking forward to those, and it sounds like those were canceled. So it's like, gone. There goes my chance of getting them. Other people got them because they order from overseas or whatever, but I'm never going to get them, apparently. So it bothers me when things like that get canceled at the last minute. It's like, when they have the figure made, you know, and they have it packaged, they're not going to lose money on trying to distribute these things out there. They're losing money by throwing them away or sending them back to the recycle bin. It's irritating, and it's disappointing. And I'm sure you guys have come across that too, where you see a figure coming out that's like, wow, that looked great, and then it's not available, and then you have to go pay aftermarket prices for it. It's like, why? It's there. I know it's there. You know, Transformers Prime, Unicron, and Breakdown. There's another great example. It's like, yeah, they were never really slotted for American release, but the figures are made. The molds are already done. I mean, if they have to sell it for a little bit cheaper, it's not like they have to pay for the mold cost. And that's where the big money is making the molds. And I know that from when I was really big into Warhammer. I know that those molds to make those sprues are very expensive. And once it's done, then you just dispute or you put the cost throughout the figures. So it's like if they make a mold for breakdown and they for Japanese release and they spread the cost of it out throughout the figure, the mold's already paid for. So then now we're just talking about plastic and paint, and you telling me that they couldn't market that for $25? And then again, did they make them for US and then just decide, this isn't going to work, so they melt them down and recycle them? That's my rant of the week. Tell me, what are your guys' thoughts below? And the question of the day is 2 questions. What was your most irritating delay, product delay for Transformers? Mine has to be even though I'm not really getting into them, the Mastermind Creations Predicate. That is a huge irritation to me. And then the second one is, what is your worst, cancellation figure? Mine was has to be the Rumble Frenzy, because I was really looking forward to those figures. I was excited, and then they never came out. They never showed up. I mean, we saw pictures of them in packaging, and I think there was even pre-orders up for them, and then canceled. And Wind Charger. That was also very irritating. So, what are your guys' thoughts?